Morning, ladies. Thank you all for being here. For those that don't know me, my name is Jessica Pizzeri, and I am one of the 3 chairs of the Women in Business Committee. The others are Melissa and Evelyn here. Thank you all for coming this morning, and we are very excited for the presentation today. Amy is here. She is a fantastic presenter. If you have not seen her before, she is engaging, she is fun, and I can guarantee that you're going to walk away feeling inspired and ready to take on even this foggy, cool day that we have you out here in. Also wanted to mention, Amy did bring copies of her book that she has available for sale for $20. I would encourage you to get a copy. They're fantastic. And after you hear her talk, you're going to want one anyways. Please help yourself to coffee, tea, fruit, juice at the back. And then everybody should have a door prize ticket. We do have 3 door prizes for you all today. We have, Melissa brought something from the bank. We have a lovely candle that was donated. And then we also have 2 tickets to Garden Week, the garden tours that were donated by Willow Grove. So we are very appreciative of them. Should you need the restroom, inside the barn on the left-hand side down the little hallway. Other than that, I'm going to turn it over to Amy, and we're going to have a great morning.
Thank you. Awesome. Thanks, Jess. Well, as Jess said, my name is Amy Hager. I live here locally. I'm at the lake, but I've had multiple, appearances here in Orange. I used to be the executive director of the Bed and Breakfast Association of Virginia, which is where I feel like I really got to know Orange very well and fall in love with the community. And when we moved to the lake, I was like, sweet, I'm only 20 minutes from Orange. This is fabulous. So I've seen a lot of you as well at some of my Small Business Development Center workshops. I do marketing and messaging for them, and I also coach for the hospitality and lodging for the Small Business Development Center. And so today's going to be really kind of different than what you've normally heard from me. And where this work really comes from is helping business owners really build a business from a place of joy and not build a prison. Because a lot of times when we leave corporate jobs or leave a job to build our own business, we have these visions and dreams of how amazing it's going to be. And then a lot of times it ends up being back into that chain to the desk, chain to the work, chain to the business mentality. And so a lot of these exercises we've tested through business ownership and now have been able to bring them into more corporate spaces, more employer spaces, as we're seeing the need and desire for, I'm going to say, work-life balance, which I don't know if that's ever actually anything that's real, bring that to the forefront and to really realize we're all humans, right? We have humans working with us, we're human, and people want to do business with humans. People want to work with humans. And so when we've seen people put these practices into their businesses, it's very interesting how stronger their teams are, how stronger morale is, how loyalty is, and how really that growth potential for not only the business, but the customers and community that you serve all rises. So I'm going to invite you to be open and curious today. There are no judgments. None of you are doing anything wrong. But this is a different lens to kind of look about how you function as a leader, how you function as a woman, how you function as a human, but then also how we can interact with our teams differently. And so if you feel like you need to stand up, you feel like you need to move around, you feel like you need to pause and say something that's on your heart, we have so much time today. I normally try to get this presentation done in less than 90 minutes. And so I love that we're going to have some free flow today. And plenty of time for conversation too, okay? So if you guys have any questions, any answers, any stories to share, please share them. I cannot talk for the whole time up here, okay? All right. So one thing that we really believe, well, let me take a quick step back. I do want to talk a little bit about my business partner. So my business partner actually wrote our book. She designed all the drawings in here, and it's very, very interactive. And we're gonna do pieces and chunks from this book today. But the one reason that we know joy is we know deep grief. When you think about that, right? Otherwise, how would we know if anything was joyful if we haven't experienced deep grief? And I always think that when she explains that to people, there is that light that goes off in our head. We can experience joy without experiencing grief. And a lot of times people think joy is just something that's going to happen to you. It's not, it's a choice. And I know we can look at situations through that different lens, through the joy lens, and not maybe such the doom and gloom lens. And no, it's not all rainbows and unicorns all the time, right? But the only reason why we know joy is because we also know grief. And we don't want to be thinking that way. So joy is a choice. And I really hope that you all can kind of embrace that as we have this discussion and as we go through these experiences today. And so, again, I'm Amy Hager. If any of you, I go to like Anna Wellness Studio, and if any of you know June, who teaches there, she always introduces me as I've had 12 lives. And she's probably half right. Like, I've been in radio, I've raced cars, I've been the executive director of nonprofits, I've worked at probably 20 nonprofits at this point. I have my own company with Shannon, the Joyful Business Revolution. And I really feel like we all live multiple lives though, right? And sometimes though we're taught we have to keep our lives very separate. This is our business life, and this is my personal life. And I like to blow that up. You are all one human. We don't live two lives at once. It's one life. So how can we blend more of the you into business? And again, you don't have to be an open book. You don't have to tell the world everything. You know, there are those people out there, and I'm not making them wrong. But you have to be comfortable, right, with what you're sharing. And I think for today's purpose, and really in all the work that I do, my superpower is really being curious, asking questions, but then also making those connections. And I think connections is really what helps us throughout. Because when we feel alone, that's when the subconscious mind is like, yeah, negative thoughts, negative thoughts, negative thoughts. But when we are connected, if we're going through a bad experience, it is a much more enjoyable experience going through it with somebody than by ourselves. And so our mission at the Joyful Business Revolution is to make the world a radically better place by helping business owners and teams really be rooted in joy, collaboration, and innovation. Because we know when those things happen, that's when we thrive. So I think you all kind of know each other, but I want to give you guys a chance to go around the room. Who are you? It is important. We are a women in business event. Who are you? Where do you work? But then also, what's something that's already happened today that's been joyful? And I know it's only like not even 9 o'clock. I'm testing you. And it's raining and it's freezing out, right? So this is a test run, right?
Yeah, I'm Amy Hager. I'm the executive director of Willow Link, and we help older adults stay at home as long as possible, you know, with volunteer services. A joyful thing that's already happened this morning. Well, I guess just enjoying my grand dogs, who are now my dogs. They're going on 14 and they're doing really well. So every morning when I see them, it's just like really nice. You know, so that's it.
I'm Meredith Bogner. I'm the new State Farm agent in Orange. And I would have to say my joyful thing for today is just knowing that I could come here and that the office is good. They got it and I trust them. So that was I'm just starting in February. There was a lot of days I didn't feel that yet.
Yeah.
So it feels good to be there. Thank you.
I'm Jennifer Jenkins with Bell Digital Agency, and my joy for the day, I got to spend time with family this morning before coming over.
I'm Mari Darling. I'm a banker with CNF Bank in Charlottesville. I would say that the good thing that's happened to me today, so my love language is gift giving, and a month ago I pre-ordered a gift for my husband, and I just got an
I'm Evelyn Jackson with Lakeside Title and Escrow, and my joy of the morning is just coming here and being with all of you.
Jessica Pizzeri, I own Painted Orange, and my joy for the day is as I was walking up, you could just hear the birds singing, and that right now is just, that's it for me. Very peaceful.
Good morning. I am Judy Cooper. I'm the Executive Director at the Orange Chamber of Commerce. I want to welcome everybody. Thank you so much for being here. This is exciting for me. I say this all the time and people think I'm kidding, but seriously, any day I wake up and I'm vertical and on the green side of the grass is a good day. So today's a good day.
Love it.
I'm Melissa Conley, and I'm a commercial lender with First National Bank in Charlottesville. And my joy was my little pug was the first thing I saw this morning, and she had her little tongue sticking out.
Hi, I'm Denise Thompson with Cooper's Cooking and Catering in Orange. My joy for the day is just making it here safely over the highways. I seen a small accident when I was coming, so I'm just blessed to make it here.
Hi, I'm Elena Stifler, and I am a jar connector, candle dealer I connect people over a jar wax, basically. My joy of the day was making a choice to be here. I could have stayed in bed, or I could have decided to come. I was on the side of staying in bed, but I did get up and I made it, so that's my joy for today.
My name is Chevalier Sneed, and I'm the branch manager at Blue Ridge Bank in Whartonsville. And my joy was, instead of going the direction of work, I got to go a different direction. And so my ride over, I had time to reflect on a lot of things, because it seems like when you go the same road every day after day, there's nothing. But when you go a new direction, your mind does something different. So it brought me joy.
My name is Betty Donovan, and I am a Treasury Management Officer for Blue Ridge Bank. My joy this morning was I had zero traffic coming the back road to get here, and I got here like 10 minutes early and got to sit in my car and listen to music, and it was nice to be able to not have any traffic and get here.
I'm Rochelle Scott with Rappahannock Electric. I work in member services. And just the surroundings in general, just the beautiful environment that we sometimes take for granted, and how, of course, despite the dreary weather, how God really has blessed us overall in getting us all here safely, as you mentioned, and just being able to gather together and hopefully take something away in a positive way today.
My name is Sarah Kearns. I'm with Rappahannock Electric Member Services, and the joy for today was the beauty that is surrounding us, the sounds, the birds singing, but just also the few minutes that we were here early, just that quiet time, because as women, we're always bustling and going and taking care of somebody and doing this, that we don't take in that just quiet mental time for ourselves, so that was nice.
My name is Lauren Cotton. I'm a realtor with United Real Estate Premier. My joy for the day was probably my husband this morning. Normally I'm the one who's doing all the things to get us out of the house on time in the morning, and this morning he really stepped up and said, what do you need me to do? And then even threw in some extra things, and it was really nice to have the extra help. Not that he's not helpful, he is. It's just normally things that I do. He kind of stepped in and said, I'll handle this. Mainly the dog this morning, which was huge.
Hi, I'm Cindy Dowell. My business is Abacus Advisors, and I provide bookkeeping solutions for entrepreneurs. And my joy this morning was seeing my little kitty-faced ranger, who is, he turns 18, it's his birthday today.
Aww. Hi, I'm Shauna Moore. I work for Orange County. I'm the tourism counselor for the county, and I oversee a staff of wonderful volunteers at our visitor center. And my joy for today was just waking up and not being exhausted. I got really good sleep last night, and it's been a really rough couple of weeks, and I woke up this morning feeling better than I have in a bit. So that was my joy for today so far.
Your inside job, it creates that ripple effect. I used to work for a very miserable lawyer who was going through a divorce. I don't even know how many staff he ran through. But he reached out to me. He's like, I need you to come be my number 2 because you're a great leader and I'm really effing this up. And he was. He was really just a horrible person to his staff, but also to himself. And so when we really started to focus on strengths, his strengths, and letting his weaknesses go, that was the first. Because I noticed he was always trying to do it better, trying to improve himself. And I was like, you're already really great. Can't we just accept that? Do we really need to become better at all of the things? And so, yes, there's ways to improve, and of course, as humans, we do want to improve, but can we accept that we're really, really great people and we're really good at what we do? And so having that acceptance from him as a leader, the staff started to notice. He wasn't so hard on himself, therefore he also wasn't so hard on them. And he started a conversation with me one day, and I knew he was just in a fantastic mood. And he started ripping into me about how crappy of a writer I am. How can you be in marketing and not be a good writer? I graduated from journalism school. Still don't know how I graduated from journalism school, but I did. And I agree, I'm a crappy writer. But I have completely let that go. And guess who the first person is that I always hire on a team? Someone who can write. Because I know I need that. And so when I started to dive in, well, why is he attacking me today? Like, what's coming up for him? And it was really because he had an interaction with someone else who had told him he was bad at something. And so he then came back and trickled that down to me as his staff person. And so I called him out on his bullshit and was like, dude, I'm not the one who yelled at you. I don't think what you've been doing is wrong. And this is a chance for you to change how you're looking at this situation. We're gonna do joy line work today, but before we can actually do joy line work, I wanna take you through an exercise that Betty's already been through that's your lifestyle values. So I'm just gonna close down my computer for now because we don't need it for this. If you do like to have the words or the prompts to follow, if you go to chapter 2 in the book, feel free to just have that open. Again, I'm more than happy to let you guys just kind of look through these. If you purchase it, great. If you don't, I'm okay with that. If you're a germaphobe, the Louisa Women in Business ladies flipped through this book a month ago, so just a heads up. So this is really going to be a personal reflection of you. And a lot of times when we do lifestyle values exercises, we get this like laundry list of things to choose from. That's crap. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you what your lifestyle values can and can't be. And so in this exercise, dump out of your beautiful brains. If we've got more pads of paper, you can take notes on your phone, whatever is the best for you, but I'm gonna tell you, I don't want you to stop writing. Okay? So as we're gonna go through these prompts, these are questions that you get to ask your heart. If you feel like you're just running through it in your head, dump it out, take a breath, close your eyes, and get into your heart and answer these questions with your heart as well, because I think they're just as important, okay? So the first question that we're going to journal on is gonna be time and money. So right now, sitting here today, April 19th of 2024, what do you always find the time for? What do you always find the time for? And I want you to get nitty-gritty ridiculous. I always find the time to scoop the cat litter and to feed the cats before I leave, which is why I was 8 minutes late today, because they wanted to eat like slow little kitty cats. I always find the time to watch really crappy reality TV. I always find the time to brush my teeth. I always find the time to be a couple minutes late for a meeting, but I'm gonna make myself a hot lemon water. Some of you may use coffee instead. But what do you always find the time for? Because of the clientele that we're attracting, I attract a lot more people who are, I'm gonna say, more on the woo side of life. And they've really shown me some new things about myself. I'm like, I really actually like this. So anytime I get asked to do anything, or anytime I need to make a decision, I run it through those 5. If it's not at least checking off 3 of the 5, it's an easy way for me to say no. I do turn down a lot of local events because, well, I'd rather travel. There's not going to be any good food there. And I take a look and see who's going to be the attendees. Can I be connected with that community? And if the answer is no, I don't do it. The reason why I could say yes here is, well, 1, I do consider coming to Orange like kind of a little bit of travel, and I love the drive. 2, I knew the connected community here was going to be really great. And when I had talked to Jess, I was like, hey, can we make sure that there's going to be fruit at the breakfast, because I'm gluten-free and I can't eat all the delicious nummies that are going to be there. And we made sure so again, that's why I could say yes easily to this. Plus, leading this workshop always makes me feel more grounded. I always have some new awareness after each interaction. So as you really come up with your lifestyle values, I challenge you, really run the decisions that you're making day in and day out through those lifestyle values and see what shifts for you. It's a different way of deciding how to do business. It's a different way of really deciding how to make choices. And a lot of times what we find, especially as women, especially if we have children and families, is we're making decisions based off of everybody else's need and everybody else's lifestyle values and not our own. So when we can really take that power back, it's going to help you shift into more, again, that joy of an inside job and joy as a choice. It's a real practical way of going about this. But it's also real challenging, because I know some of you only wrote maybe 1 or 2 things down for each answer of those questions. So give yourself time and space, because I don't know that you all have been asked that question before. And to really pick through your day and pick through your life to figure out what you always find the time for and what you always find the money for, and where you want to be in 1 year or 5 years, whatever you make that choice to be, of where you always find the time and money, and then connecting into those lifestyle values.